Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be checking out the brand new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard LP, Phantom Island. Now, if you want to see the full unedited reaction to this record, go ahead and check out the description down below. For $5 a month, you get all my videos unedited on my Patreon, and anything above that, you get some bonus content, of course. But again, $5, this video, and every other video I've done this year, unedited. Now, this is the 27th album by this wonderful band. My favorite band of all time, if I'm being completely honest with you. And in my opinion, one of the greatest bands of all time, with their constantly evolving genres and constantly managing to live up to the hype of their sound of which they have established. Phantom Island sees them retreading on previous territory with what they did on Flight B741, a very blues rock kind of 60s, 70s sound. And this time adding an orchestral arrangement. But without further ado, this is 46 minutes, 10 tracks. You know, not a lot of them here are quite lengthy, which is unusual for King Gizzard. They are a pretty standard 4 minutes each. I have heard a couple of the singles here, Phantom Island, Dead Stick, and Grow Wings and Fly. So I guess all three singles from this LP I have heard. But Phantom Island's the only one I have continually revisited. As after it released, I kind of wanted to keep most of this pretty fresh. So without further ado, let's get into the opening track here, Phantom Island. Right off the bat, you've got this gentle piano setting the stage, with those strings from the orchestra letting you know that they're there. Love the seamless kind of blend of these orchestral arrangements with the main band's, typical sort of musicianship. Cavs on the drum, really cutting through as well, as always. And I love those horns there. These shimmery, kind of descending pianos. And there's Ambrose coming in. That's a nice kind of country boy sound. Perhaps speaking on themes of climate change once again in their lyrics, floating back to the land with the water-bloated corpses, palm trees looking at me funny with a sideways belligerence. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a typical theme of theirs. Ooh. Love that little slight chant. I love the kind of almost symphony-like structure of this. Like a total switch up here. Almost medley-like, I should say. This one really reminds me of a hog calling contest from their last LP, Flight B741, with just how rapid the sort of delivery is. Like, it's just kind of like an onslaught. Love this whole back end. Man. What a whirlwind of a delivery with the instrumentals too, really picking up, swirling around there. And that horn ever so slightly in the background there, just right there. Love how it's like a trumpet or something swirling around. Very much a hurricane-esque sort of delivery here. Great opening track, great title track, sets the stage for what's to come. Here is Dead Stick. A little bit more into the rock right off the bat. I like how they're playing off one another too. Themes of flight still very much relevant from the last LP carrying on over here, which makes sense given that this whole album is sort of like a second batch of tracks that were meant to be on Flight B741, which were picked to include the orchestral arrangement for a separate album. Kind of carrying on those themes. Love it. Loved B741, so I love the themes on this one. Love the guitar riffs, especially so far on the album. Both tracks, they really cut through. There's Joey here. Oh. Stripping it back for Ambi. Quite a groovy delivery. Love that delivery of rate. Very chant-like. Love the songwriting on this one here. The plane is going down, and we are just in for the ride. Perhaps face to face with death. Oh. Not sure who did that, yeah, but belted it out. Oh my goodness, the energy from that one from start to finish does not let up. Fantastic, a great blues rock banger. Here is Lonely Cosmos. Keep it going. Very ominous opening here. Ooh, feels more depressive in tone.
From the belly of the jungle where I launched, I fly through time as dead as it is cold.
Like a soft rock opening. It's like a outer space sort of epic. We're floating out in the deep cosmos. I'm sorry. I don't know if I've ever heard them approach a style such as this. This is new territory, still within the same vein of what we heard on the kind of blues rock Flight B741 and the earlier tracks here. But so much more mellow. Love the laid back approach. Oh. I like this flute as well. That could be Stu, but it could be one of the orchestra members. I'm not sure. This is such a chill track so far. I am loving it. Feels like a classic kind of beach rock track. Yet these ominous tones throughout carry on such a brooding energy. Cookie. Perhaps the most whimsical of vocalists on the band. This songwriting. Oh, the songwriting of this track. Some of the most poetic and just starkly beautiful. Still got another minute here with just instrumental. Maybe this dark overtone will take over. Kind of jazzy as well in its delivery. Like a jazz blues epic. Loving these dark strings that we're getting. Really complements their sound well. Let's go into Eternal Return. Love the easy transitions from track to track too. It's super smooth. Perhaps our faraway astronaut is returning home on this track. If it carries on those themes. Very easy to get lost in this LP. It's very cinematic in its approach and has a very distinct atmosphere and world. One that is even, I would say, more developed, more concrete, even than Flight B741. I just feel like we are on this Phantom Island. Who is this? Stu singing deep. This guy's like a chameleon with his voice. Every album, it's like he introduces a whole new vocal style, and he nails it perfectly. What a different style. Very, almost like country boyish. Also those harmonies, almost Beach Boys-esque. This bass line, that deep bass line in the background there, really doing wonders for the track. Oh, we're switching for Joey. Of all the tracks, Eternal Return might have the most stylistic switch-ups. I feel like every vocalist here, every band member coming into play on the vocal duties, each section is an entirely new sort of direction with the instrumental, which surprisingly is working quite well. It doesn't feel too jarring in the transitions. Again, switching for Cookie. That bass line. Perhaps a continuation from that last track. A returning astronaut, it would seem. What a track that was. Eternal Return might be the best track here. I feel like you could say that for a lot of the tracks so far, though. Lonely Cosmos was also a fantastic kind of shift in their sound. I feel like we got a whole new layer of King Giz there. But Eternal Return, I just love the constant evolving sound that was in it. Despite being 4.5 minutes, I feel like we had a batch of like 3 or 4 tracks within that track alone. And I loved really just each vocalist, especially Stu with that deep regimen. Never heard him singing before. Here's Pan Psych. And I love some flute. We are opening with flute on this one. Is that my man Stu? Ooh, love that guitar lick there that strung away. Is that Stu doing the Pan Psych Pan? No. Love the backing vocals and these harmonies. Again, I think it's mostly Stu on these first 2 verses, really carrying all the vocal duties in this section. Oh. Love that little deviation there. Just lots of flavor in the subtleties. Maybe the most pretty vocalist is Joey. Just so soft in his delivery. Great track. Love that one. Let's just keep it going. Let's go into Space Sick. We are getting track after track, banger after banger. A real world we're in here. And I love these ominous openings to a lot of these tracks. Before we jump into it, there it is. It's like a beat dropping away as we enter the epic. Love the themes of space too throughout this LP. Flight B741, it dealt with flight in a way that was, certainly on Earth. We were in the skies, but here we are far beyond our stratosphere. I guess you'd say we are in outer space throughout a lot of these tracks. And it does certainly add to the very psychedelic, spacey, kind of ominous tones throughout the record. Lots of themes of kind of yearning. Don't we all? It's almost like a sickness from a high. This nausea. Love how soft these guitars are. They're very reverb focused in a way. Acidic. I love this whole passage here. That continuous kind of yearning for this distant memory and this love. Love the woodwind instruments throughout this LP. Brings me back to kind of like paper mache Dream Below kind of era. This we went to the next track. Such a seamless transition. Here's Aerodynamic. Getting quite. I feel like the album is getting heavier emotionally as we carry on. We're getting to the second half of the LP here, and it definitely has a more kind of thought-provoking and emotional sort of tone to the lyrics. Even in the music, feels more melancholy in tone. Oh, speaking of harmonies, gorgeous harmonies. Love that whole theme of kind of like evolution, it would seem, of personal growth and flying away from your restraints. This reminds me of that Dead Stick delivery. Perhaps a little bit of a callback. I love how subtle this orchestra can be at times, but then it has these passages that are kind of flourishing. Really override the rest of the track.
Just me, stranded at sea in a sailor's dream.
Kind of like
I'll just sing to the sharks and maybe don't think twice.
Joey's accent here.
Just trying to survive in the world like me, alright.
More twangy.
Here and watch the waves roll by.
Man, Joey would work for a great country LP if they were to fully embrace country again. Put Joey in the limelight. Let's keep it going. See a Doubt. That one was nice and soft, nice and sweet. Calves opening things up there. Such a laid-back album, despite being super kind of philosophical and introspective. Again, getting quite introspective in these lyrics. Oh, calves there. What a sick drum roll. I wonder if this is an intentional Beatles reference right here. Could be incidental. Love these more acoustic moments too. Perhaps about kind of regaining confidence as you work yourself through the waters of doubt. Sometimes you just need a friend to help you through it. What a wholesome track this one is. What a track. Here is Silent Spirit. Oh, bit of a sludgy twist here. Oh. From heaviness to pure bliss. Not really sure what this track's about. Perhaps about, again, that continued journey of self-discovery. And maybe finding one's purpose. This one getting more like a growing ominous tone to this. I like how jammy this part is. Oh, right back to that kind of kick energy. Love the whole kind of southern sound that comes with this section. And that bass line in the background too, nice and thick as always on this LP. Love that one. Let's go into Grow Wings and Flies to close things out, close out the album here. This one I know is a bit of a return. Oh. Speaking of returns, a callback to Butterfly 3000. Love that Easter egg. Love the energy picking up on this final track here. Feels more sure of itself and more optimistic. Oh, love that shout out from Stu. Oh, those descending, was that a clarinet or a flute? Right there. All these subtle moments from the orchestra. Calling back to the themes of Butterfly 3000. And here, also continuing the themes of self-discovery that's pretty prominent throughout the album here. You must learn to use your wings, but it is I that will be taught by you to fly. A nice, sweet kind of message to end things on. And perhaps this could be seen as a message to a child, especially since many of the members of the band are becoming fathers now. Oh, love that message. Such a wholesome kind of final message to the album. I can't wait to see them jam this out live, as they often do, and slowing things down here. Love that hazy, twangy guitar right there that came in. Very dreamlike. Oh. What a gentle come down that was at the end there. Wow, what a journey closing out the album. What a journey that album was. One of self-discovery, one of conquering self-doubt, one of full confidence by the end. A very inspiring and wholesome listen, much in the same vein of Flight B741, carrying on those themes of kind of love and passion and kind of embracing just who you truly are. No matter how strange or weird you may be, no matter how different you might be from the norm, to fully embrace it and discover your true self seems to be the main kind of ethos of the last two LPs. And it's quite a beautiful and wholesome sort of energy, one full of love and just true kind of passion. Really loved what they did here. I think the orchestral elements were never overbearing. They never felt like they were too much of a cliche or taking away from King Gizzard themselves. But it feels like they also shared the floor quite a bit with the orchestra to really let them have a little bit of leeway in some of these tracks, kind of in between verses or just very subtly in these, slight moments here and there. Never felt like there was like a tug of war between the orchestra or King Gizzard. A very collaborative sort of sound they brought to each other. And Lonely Cosmos, as well as Sea of Doubt, I think was the other one, in Silent Spirit, really show King Gizzard kind of going into a much softer sort of approach. Reminded me a lot of Paper Mache Dream Balloon from earlier in their career. And I really like that sound, so it was nice to see them kind of revisit that, especially with the very gentle acoustics and flute that were both pretty prominent in some of these tracks here. Really like an evolved sound of Paper Machinery Balloon combined with Flight B741 is what you could really describe Phantom Island as. I also really loved the themes of space throughout this LP. It really works great with that feeling of yearning throughout the LP. That seems pretty common throughout the track list. Just a great sort of motif to work in and kind of extending the flight themes from here to an even further dimension. Just really loved everything of Phantom Island. It feels like it just took Flight B741 and kind of upped the energy, pushed it to its furthest potential, and combined elements of their earlier sort of work. All in all, though, 46 minutes, 10 tracks. It does fly by with a great sense of ease, and it's a great listen. Super laid back, super easy listening, and kind of like that sort of dad rock that many might make fun of, but certainly feels like the dad rock that is a lot more relaxed. It's a father that you would definitely want to be around. With that being said, that does it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon down below in the description if you want to see my videos unedited for $5 a month. But as always, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.